Hey there, welcome to our video. Let's dive right in with a question that might hit close to home. Is your mind always racing? Do you feel trapped by endless thoughts? If you're nodding along, you're not alone. Many of us find ourselves caught in a whirlwind of constant thinking, and it can be exhausting. But what if I told you there's a way out? What if the key to unlocking your potential lies in doing less of what you might think is helpful? That's right. We're going to explore why you must stop thinking immediately. Now, you might be wondering, how can stopping thinking be a good thing? It sounds counterintuitive, doesn't it? We're often told that thinking more, analyzing deeper, and constantly problem-solving is the path to success. But what if that's not entirely true? What if our non-stop mental chatter is actually holding us back? Let's start by looking at the thinking trap we often find ourselves in. Our minds are incredible tools, capable of amazing feats. But like any tool, they can be misused or overused. Constant thinking affects our daily lives in ways we might not even realize. It's like having a radio that never turns off, always playing in the background. This endless stream of thoughts can lead to stress, anxiety, and a feeling of being overwhelmed. Why do we get stuck in these thought loops? It's partly due to our evolutionary history. Our brains developed to constantly scan for threats and solve problems. This was great when we were living in the wilderness, but in our modern world, it can lead to overthinking. We analyze every situation, replay past events, and worry about future possibilities. It's exhausting and often unproductive. The downsides of overthinking are numerous. It can lead to decision paralysis, where we're so caught up in analyzing every option that we struggle to make choices. It can increase stress and anxiety, as we constantly worry about what might go wrong. Overthinking can also rob us of joy in the present moment, as we're always focused on the past or future instead of appreciating what's happening right now. But there's good news. There's power in a quiet mind. When we learn to calm our thoughts, we open ourselves up to a whole new way of experiencing life. A quieter mind can lead to more clarity, improved focus, and better decision-making. It's like clearing the fog from a window. Suddenly, everything becomes clearer and sharper. How does less thinking lead to more clarity? It might seem paradoxical, but when we quiet our mental chatter, we create space for deeper insights to emerge. It's in these moments of mental stillness that we often have our best ideas or suddenly see solutions to problems that have been puzzling us. Many successful people across various fields practice mental quietude. They understand that constant thinking isn't the key to success. It's knowing when to think and when to be still. These individuals often report feeling more creative, more focused, and more in tune with their intuition when they practice quieting their minds. To start benefiting from a quieter mind, it's helpful to recognize our thought patterns. There are common types of unhelpful thoughts that many of us experience. These include catastrophizing, imagining the worst possible outcomes, perfectionism, setting unrealistic standards for ourselves, and rumination, repeatedly dwelling on negative thoughts or experiences. Learning to spot when we're overthinking is a crucial skill. Some signs include feeling stuck or unable to move forward, experiencing physical tension or discomfort, or noticing that our thoughts are circular, coming back to the same issues without resolution. It's important to distinguish between productive and unproductive thinking. Productive thinking helps us solve problems, make decisions, or gain new insights. Unproductive thinking, on the other hand, keeps us stuck in loops of worry, regret, or anxiety without leading to any useful outcomes. Now that we understand the problem, let's explore some techniques to calm the mind. One of the simplest and most effective methods is through breathing exercises. Deep, slow breathing can help activate our parasympathetic nervous system, which promotes relaxation and calmness. Try taking a few deep breaths right now, inhaling slowly through your nose and exhaling fully through your mouth. Notice how it instantly creates a sense of calm. Mindfulness practices are another powerful tool for quieting the mind. Mindfulness involves paying attention to the present moment without judgment. It can be as simple as focusing on your breath, noticing the sensations in your body, or observing your surroundings. With regular practice, mindfulness can help you become less caught up in your thoughts and more aware of the present moment. Physical activities can also be great for quieting mental chatter. Exercise, yoga, or even a simple walk in nature can help shift your focus away from your thoughts and into your body and surroundings. These activities not only benefit your physical health, but can also provide a much-needed break from mental overactivity. As you practice these techniques, you'll start to develop the art of observation. This involves learning to watch your thoughts without getting caught up in them. It's like sitting on a riverbank, watching leaves float by on the water. You see the thoughts, but you don't jump in and swim with them. Developing awareness of the present moment is key to this practice. Start by focusing on your senses. What can you see, hear, feel, smell, or taste right now? This simple act of tuning into your senses can help anchor you in the present, pulling you out of the whirlpool of thoughts. Creating space between you and your thoughts is a powerful skill. It allows you to recognize that you are not your thoughts, you're the observer of your thoughts. This perspective can be incredibly liberating, as it frees you from being controlled by every thought that passes through your mind. As you practice these techniques, you're actually rewiring your brain. The science of neuroplasticity shows us that our brains can change and adapt throughout our lives. When we consistently practice quieting our minds, we're creating new neural pathways that support this calmer state of being. How does this rewiring happen? Each time you notice a thought and choose not to engage with it, you're strengthening the neural connections associated with mindfulness and weakening those associated with overthinking. It's like carving a new path through a forest. The more you walk it, the clearer and easier to follow it becomes. Small daily habits can have a big impact on creating a calmer mind. Start with just a few minutes of mindfulness or deep breathing each day. You might set reminders on your phone to take brief mindfulness breaks throughout the day. Consistency is key. Even a small amount of practice each day can lead to significant changes over time. Of course, you're likely to face challenges as you try to quiet your mind. One common obstacle is the belief that you're doing it wrong if your mind isn't completely silent. Remember, the goal isn't to eliminate thoughts entirely, which is impossible, but to change your relationship with your thoughts. Persistent thoughts can be particularly challenging. When you find yourself stuck on a particular thought or worry, try acknowledging it without judgment. You might say to yourself, "I notice I'm having this thought," and then gently redirect your attention to your breath or your surroundings. Building resilience in the face of mental noise is crucial. Remember that this is a skill that takes time to develop. Be patient with yourself and celebrate small victories. Every time you notice you're overthinking and choose to redirect your attention, you're making progress. As you develop a quieter mind, you'll likely notice a ripple effect in various areas of your life. Many people find that their relationships improve. When we're less caught up in our thoughts, we're more present with others. We listen better, respond more authentically, and connect more deeply. A quieter mind can also boost creativity and problem-solving skills. When we're not constantly thinking, we create space for new ideas to emerge. Many people report having their best ideas when they're not actively trying to think, during a shower, on a walk, or just as they're waking up. Overall well-being and life satisfaction often improve as we learn to quiet our minds. We experience less stress and anxiety, sleep better, and feel more content. We're better able to appreciate the present moment instead of always being caught up in thoughts of the past or future. So how can you start putting this into practice right now? Here are some simple steps. Set aside a few minutes each day for a mindfulness practice. This could be as simple as focusing on your breath for 5 minutes. Throughout the day, take brief moments to check in with yourself. Notice if you're caught up in thoughts and gently bring your attention back to the present moment. When you catch yourself overthinking, try taking a few deep breaths to reset. Engage in physical activities that help quiet your mind, like walking, yoga, or exercise. Practice observing your thoughts without judgment. Remember, you're not trying to stop thoughts, just changing your relationship with them. Creating a personal plan for mental stillness can be helpful. Consider what techniques resonate most with you and how you can incorporate them into your daily routine. Maybe you start your day with a short meditation, take mindful breaks during work, and end your day with some calming breathing exercises. Remember, patience and persistence are key. Quieting the mind is a skill that develops over time. You wouldn't expect to become a master musician overnight, and the same is true for mastering your mind. Be kind to yourself as you practice, and remember that every small step is progress. We've explored how constant thinking can trap us and lead to stress and anxiety. We've looked at the power of a quiet mind and how it can lead to greater clarity and well-being. We've discussed techniques for calming the mind, including breathing exercises, mindfulness practices, and physical activities. We've talked about the art of observing thoughts without getting caught up in them, and how consistent practice can actually rewire our brains. We've acknowledged the challenges you might face and provided strategies for overcoming them. Finally, we've explored the ripple effects of a quieter mind and given you concrete steps to start implementing these practices in your life. Remember, the goal isn't to stop thinking entirely. That's not possible or desirable. The aim is to develop a new relationship with your thoughts, one where you're in control rather than being controlled by your mental chatter. By learning to quiet your mind, you're opening yourself up to a whole new way of experiencing life, one with more peace, clarity, and joy. So are you ready to start this practice? Remember, every journey begins with a single step. Your step might be as simple as taking a few mindful breaths right now. Whatever you choose, know that you have the power to change your relationship with your thoughts and experience the benefits of a quieter mind. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of why we must stop thinking immediately. I hope you found it helpful and inspiring. Remember, the power to quiet your mind is always within you. It just takes practice and patience to unlock it. Here's to your journey towards a calmer, clearer, and more peaceful mind.